Most people see only a forgotten relic, destined to rust away. But beneath the decay, a soul is waiting to be awakened. What you are about to witness is not a simple repair. It is an act of resurrection. The journey begins by stripping away the years of neglect. Every piece of wreckage holds a story. This is a careful excavation, not a demolition. Dismantling the chaos to find the original form. The trunk is cleared of debris and forgotten memories. Years of grime are washed away, revealing the raw metal beneath. Every component must be removed. The car is slowly reduced to its barest essentials. Even the shattered glass must be painstakingly cleared. With brute force, the past is broken away. A two-man effort to remove the compromised windshield. No piece of the old ruin will remain. The final shards are swept away. The frame is now an empty, silent shell. The interior is gutted, seats and all. The old floor mats are the last to go. Now, the focus turns to the heart of the machine. The transmission, a complex puzzle of gears and metal. With a surgeon's focus, the delicate disassembly begins. Each part is cleaned of the grime of ages, unlocking the secrets of its inner workings. One by one, the components are carefully extracted. The layered complexity of the clutch assembly is revealed. A thorough cleansing prepares the casing for a new life. Every groove and channel is inspected and cleared. All the individual parts are meticulously laid out. Heat is used to purify even the smallest bolts. And then, a shocking transformation, a vibrant new identity. The reassembly begins, fitting pristine parts into the renewed casing. The reborn transmission is sealed, ready for service. Next, attention turns to the engine itself. It too must be stripped down to its core components. The water pump is wrestled from its ancient housing. Years of corrosion have seized the parts together. The process continues, methodical and relentless. The Drivetrain is exposed and carefully removed. The lifters are extracted one by one. A new bearing is gently seated into place. The main block is prepared for major surgery. The powerful drill makes quick work of stubborn bolts. The surface is ground down, removing all imperfections. Rust and decay are no match for the spinning wheel. The smallest parts are scrubbed clean of oil and grit. A deep clean in a chemical bath. The final pieces of the crankshaft assembly are removed. The reassembly of the revitalized engine can now begin. Each bolt is torqued to precise specifications. The engine block, once rusted, is now painted a brilliant green. Now for the body, the rusted skin must be healed. The old metal is hammered and reshaped. A meticulous process of erasing the dents of time. A filler compound is applied, creating a new, smooth surface. The panel is restored, its wounds now healed. The resurrected fender shines a brilliant red. The process is repeated on another panel, marred by deep rust. The imperfections are painstakingly sculpted away. The craftsman's keen eye guides his hand. An electric sander creates a perfectly smooth canvas. Even the slightest flaw must be corrected. The surface is prepared with obsessive attention to detail. Final adjustments are made before painting. The power sander returns for the final smoothing. The dust of the old gives way to the promise of the new. The panel is hand sanded for a flawless finish. A thorough washing removes any trace of dust. The spray gun delivers a fresh coat of vibrant red paint. The transformation is dramatic and beautiful. The shell of the old car awaits its own revival. The car door is stripped of its rotten core. The metal is beaten back into its original shape. The fire of the welder breathes new strength into the old steel. A coat of primer lays the foundation for new color. The door is reborn in a coat of primer gray. The process demonstrates incredible patience and artistry. Once again, body filler is applied to smooth the surface. The surface is meticulously sanded to perfection. The craftsman works on the door handle area. The entire door is now a blank canvas. He works on the edges, ensuring every inch is perfect. The power sander smooths the entire surface. He inspects his work, feeling for any imperfection. A small amount of fresh filler is prepared. Final touch-ups are applied. The power sander and hand sanding create the final perfect surface. The process is repeated until the panel is flawless. First, a layer of gray primer is applied. Then, the final, brilliant coat of red. The door shines, looking better than new. The luster and shine are a reward for hours of labor. This painstaking process will be applied to every part of the car. The hood, another victim of time, begins its transformation. The angle grinder aggressively strips away decades of rust. The bare metal is exposed, ready to be restored. Filler is applied to erase the scars and dents. The surface is sculpted and smoothed by hand. The work is repetitive but essential for a perfect finish. Each pass of the sander brings it closer to perfection. The power sander makes the final leveling pass. The last imperfections are addressed with meticulous care. The hood is washed clean, ready for paint. First, the gray primer to ensure adhesion. Then, the stunning coat of red that defines its new life. The painter's movements are steady and confident. The finished hood gleams under the light. Now the main body of the car receives the same treatment. The new hood is test-fitted on the vehicle. Other restored parts are carefully installed. The vehicle now looks completely transformed. A modern classic, brought back from the brink. The workshop is a scene of quiet accomplishment. The reborn car is ready for its maiden voyage. Children admire the brightly colored car. The view from the driver's seat on a dusty road. A new driver takes the wheel of the restored vehicle. The car journeys through the quiet countryside. Meanwhile, the work on the original car continues. The shattered windshield is finally removed. The frame is carefully cleaned of all remaining glass. This is a delicate and dangerous task. The team works together to clear the rear window frame. The interior is vacuumed, removing tiny shards of glass. Every surface must be clean and safe. The roof lining is stripped away. Work continues on the rear of the vehicle. The last remnants of glass are vacuumed from the trunk. The rusty body is painstakingly cleaned. The old headlights are removed. And the rust removal begins on the main chassis. The car is being stripped to its very bones. The angle grinder cuts through years of corrosion. The front end is reshaped and repaired. The entire front bumper is removed. Body filler is applied to the hood. This is where science and art converge. The doors receive the same meticulous treatment. A new skin of filler covers the old, damaged steel. The front fender is sculpted back to its original form. The entire side of the car is smoothed and perfected. The rear quarter panel is the last to be restored. The entire car is now covered in a new skin. Now begins the long process of sanding. Hours of sanding will create the perfect canvas for paint. The power sander works over the massive hood. The entire surface is becoming incredibly smooth. The final details are sanded by hand. Two craftsmen work together to perfect the surface. The bodywork is finally complete. The car is ready for its final, glorious coat of paint. The spray gun lays down a perfect layer of red. The craftsman moves with a steady, practiced rhythm. The car's new identity is sealed in this brilliant color. The result is a deep, flawless, liquid-like shine. The car is moved from the workshop, ready for its heart. The restored engine is carefully lowered into the chassis. The engine, once a greasy relic, is now a work of art. A close-up reveals its pristine condition. The difficult process of removing the engine is reversed. Modern tools make the complex job more manageable. The disassembly continues with remarkable speed and precision. The engine is stripped down to its essential components. The intricate velvet frame is exposed and taken apart. The engine block is completely dismantled. The final parts of the engine are laid bare. The same modern tools are used to rebuild it. The heavy clutch assembly is dismantled. This work requires both power and finesse. The engine casing is taken apart. Even the oil filter housing is removed for inspection. The engine block is empty, ready for cleaning. The crankshaft is exposed. The pistons are scrubbed clean of carbon and oil. It's a tedious but vital part of the rebuild process. Small components are polished back to a shine. The bright spark of the welder repairs a damaged part. The intense light signifies a moment of creation. Another component is polished and restored. The clutch is repaired with a careful weld. The weld is strong, ready for years of service. The entire engine block is bathed in cleaning foam. A high-pressure washer blasts away the final traces of grime. The engine emerges, looking brand new. The block is meticulously cleaned by hand. The head is given the same careful attention. No detail is too small to be overlooked. A final, thorough wash for all the engine components. The parts are sprayed with a protective primer. The carburetor and intake are restored. The smallest bolts and nuts are cleaned. The freshly painted engine block awaits reassembly. The oil pan is reattached to the block. Every seal and gasket is checked for integrity. The assembly continues with the aid of power tools. The valves are carefully installed and secured. The intricate velvet train is pieced back together. The cylinder head is lowered into place. The pieces of the puzzle are coming together. The head is bolted down, sealing the engine. The water pump is installed. The timing components are next. The alternator is fitted to the block. The restored engine is almost complete. Modern tools speed up the final assembly. The work is precise and focused. The completed engine is a mechanical masterpiece. The exhaust manifold is bolted on. The engine bay of the pink car is prepared. The transmission is also fully disassembled. A stubborn axle is removed with force. The greasy inner workings are revealed. Each gear is scrubbed clean. A damaged gear is repaired with a weld. The drivetrain components are pressure washed. A deep clean with soap and water. A polishing compound brings back the shine. The gearbox is carefully reassembled. A fresh coat of black paint provides protection. The resurrected car gleams in the sun. It cruises through the tranquil rice paddies. Reborn and back on the open road. A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel Restoration Car for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoyed this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.